Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Kent. We begin with new details on a story you saw first here on News 4. It eventually went on to make national and international headlines. A couple of weeks ago, we told you federal immigration authorities raided an Oklahoma City home where a woman lived with her daughters, forcing them outside, taking all their money and electronics, even though their names were not on their search warrant. But the family is still waiting to get their items returned, and now it appears the federal government is trying to take more. News 4's Spencer Humphrey has the update.
It's safe to say it caught the nation's attention.
The story from Oklahoma, a woman and her daughters, ICE came into the house.
From members of Congress.
And according to the local affiliate, KFOR, they had a search warrant for the home, but the suspects listed on the warrant were no longer living in the home.
And they repeatedly said, "We are citizens. You have the wrong people."
To the pundits.
These are U.S. citizens.
So many people had thoughts about the story of a woman we called Marissa and her 3 daughters who had just moved to Oklahoma City from Maryland, living in this rented home for less than 2 weeks when agents with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security burst inside, forcing them out at gunpoint, taking their phones and money before leaving. All of it we told you, authorized by this search warrant signed the day before on April 23rd by a federal judge. The warrant was for the property, but it did list 8 different people as its targets, and none of them were Marissa or her daughters. They were names Marissa recognized from mail still showing up at the house, she assumed for previous residents, leaving people like former Assistant State Attorney General Tim Gilpin with a question.
I wonder if the law enforcement agency had the correct information, if they did their duty and responsibility to double check the information, and what was their level of certainty that they had the right house and the right people.
After days of us asking, Homeland Security finally responded, acknowledging the previous residents were the intended targets. As we've told you, those previous residents were wanted in connection with a human smuggling operation. DHS went on to claim they'd done surveillance at the house and found one of the 8 targets listed on their search warrant had paid the home's utility bill. They didn't and still haven't said when they made that payment. They told us when they asked the judge to sign off on that warrant, they'd presented him evidence that a human smuggling group was using the home as a stash house. But DHS's statements also kept evolving, and eventually the agency claimed they had not ruled out current occupants, like Marissa, from their investigation. They put out this press release claiming to set the record straight on what happened. It included what we've always shared, that the raid was based on a lawful court order from a judge. But it also shared reports from some media outlets claiming one of those 8 human smuggling suspects named in the warrant, a woman named Sadia Lima Lopez, actually still owned the house at the time of the raid on April 24th. DHS cited those reports as fact in that news release, but we found it just isn't true. We found Lima Lopez sold the house weeks before the raid. You can look on Zillow and see it was listed for sale back on March 18th. And you can look through Oklahoma County records, where you can find this deed confirming the sale was signed, stamped, and notarized on April 14th. That's 9 days before the judge signed off on that warrant. We also found this Facebook post from the house's new owner listing it for rent weeks before the raid, confirming Marissa and her family were in fact renting that house from its new owner, not a suspected human smuggler. But Gilpin says whether or not DHS told the judge that fact, it may not have mattered.
It may have helped him to have looked at a sale of the house and to check out the names of who's the new owner. It's not unusual, though, in criminal enterprises that property switches hands.
And now we've learned last week the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Oklahoma filed this notice saying the government wants to seize the house.
Most people don't realize that the government has a great deal of power when it comes to seizing assets. And when they suspect criminal enterprises associated with the assets.
But the court document only names the home's old owner, citing her being indicted as part of the human smuggling investigation. It says nothing about the home's new owner. That's despite the fact the deed showing that new ownership has been publicly available on the county's website since April 30th. We reached out to the assistant U.S. attorney who helped file that court document, asking him about the government potentially taking the new owner's home. We haven't heard back. We asked DHS the same question. They didn't answer. We also asked DHS if their investigators knew the house had been sold, listed for rent, and occupied by a family unrelated to the former owner for multiple weeks before the raid. They didn't answer that either.
Spencer Humphrey reporting, we sent the Department of Homeland Security a list of some very specific questions, asking if they were aware the old owners sold the property before they asked for their warrant. If they made the judge who signed the warrant aware of that fact, and what specific day that utility bill was paid by one of their suspects. Was it paid before or after the home had sold? All they told us is something we've been telling you since the beginning. Their warrant was for the property, not individuals, and that the search was authorized by a judge. Meanwhile, Marissa and her family still don't have their phones or their money back, something members of Congress asked Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem about last week. She did not provide a timetable for the return of the items, saying it's an ongoing investigation. And one final note, Spencer mentioned in a story that we reached out to the assistant U.S. attorney who filed the notice announcing the government's intention to seize the home where the raid took place. We asked, why is the new owner of the home potentially going to lose the house he just purchased last month? This morning we received a response. A spokeswoman for the Northern District of Oklahoma sent a statement that described the traditional workflow in that office, but it did not specifically address our question.